So, I was trying to get this out last night, but you know, in the middle of rendering, Windows pulled a forced restart update. Just in the middle of it. No idea. It just happened, that's it. So the 8-hour render got reset. Nothing happened. Woke up this morning to try to put it up because it was going to take too long to get out last night. And it's not done. So if you're wondering why it's late, not only was I too busy to get something before Friday and had to do it after, you'll get that part when the actual video starts, but like, had a rendering last night, and you know, would have at least been nice to have manual input on the update, or it acknowledged that there were background stuff going on, because I had no control over it. Left it on overnight so it would get stuff done. Apparently it picks the night that I leave it on to do things to break everything. So yeah, if you're wondering why this is going to be out like 2 days late now, that's why. It's taking me forever to get this done. Because when I start this, it takes 8 hours, and I need 8 hours that I'm not using this computer, which sucks. But I can't do anything about that, because this takes up way too much processing. So yeah, again, I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do at all. Who gives an exam at 7 at night on a Friday? Welcome back to another development log. Okay, so this past week has been nutso for me, and I've done nothing. I have not got anything done on this. However, I don't want to just leave it at that. This one's going to be a long one, so unless you want to stick around for a while, I advise closing the video now. Instead of just giving updates, I'm going to do something a little bit differently, and I'm going to comment on what I'm working on. I'm going to run through it, and then make some edits while, like, walking through them. I know it's a bit different, it's a bit strange, but I want to see how this goes. So just fair warning, this is going to be on the longer side because I'm trying to cover every possible angle for this. Like, I don't want to cut anything out. I don't want to lose anything important. So right now, what I'm going to be working on is the AI. I'm going to be delving into how they work, and as of right now, this is how they function. By, like, highest to lowest priority. So, like, I think a lot of these I have set up already, like, yeah, a lot of this is still normal. A lot of this is normal. This stuff is the new stuff. So instead of just seeking out enemies and attacking them, it seeks out enemies relative to where the party is, or if it's a healer, doesn't seek out enemies but focuses on the party's stats. And then, if within range, fire off the skill. Will depend on whether or not they are close range oriented or far range oriented, and it'll try to get the perfect range that allows it to cast all of its skills, or the most optimal range for survival. For example, like a melee oriented one might flee and start using ranged skills when its health gets low. And like a magic one might move a little bit closer for like the finishing blow if its opponent's health gets low or something. I don't really know all the cases to it, but like that's just an example of what would be going on with that. So the first thing that needs to be done is, if in a party, just this thing, setting up the party system and then position logic. So let's see. Let's open up the Visual Studio, which will take a minute, unfortunately, and let's make a party. Might take a minute. Let's see. Maybe I should have loaded this up beforehand. I might do a cut here. But if I did do a cut, you wouldn't know that I was planning on doing a cut. But if I don't do a cut, it's probably because it's late at night and I don't want to. I know, this isn't going to be out on Friday, it's going to be out like Saturday in the middle of the night. It's the best I can do at this point, circumstances aside. Like, yeah, or considering those, yeah, little out of it right now. Not project, party. I don't know why I was about to type project. So let's create a party object. Let's reload them all and load up the party object. Alright. Oh wait, that's not the right thing. There we go. This is the thing I need to base it off of. Just slight bit. System.serializable. This allows me to save it. As a catch to this one I'm missing for imports. Oh, nothing. And it's a scriptable object. Alright, that's all I needed to copy over. Alright, so we need a party leader, and then party members and a maximum party size. Alright. Let's define the leader. Let's just make it public so it's easy to access. There is no leader right now. And let's make a list of members. You know what? Let's do an actual list. That way I can remove specific objects if I need to. You know what? Better. Let's do a dictionary. No, let's do a list. So right now, the list of members is empty. Alright, so now I need to make a copy of make AI action, but instead make party. Make party. Ah, what the heck? Alright, let's fix that. Alright, now this needs to be copied over to make party, but this needs to be a custom party resources AI. I don't know. I'll stick it in actions for now. It's not the same thing, but alright. You can tell I've just been changing these around a bit, so I need to create a party asset. Now let's get rid of that. There we go. It's right now an AI party, and that should allow me to create. Oh, I tried. Alright, hold on. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working. It just took a little while. Alright, so right now we've got leader and members. This doesn't really do anything, it's just there. So now let's go back to the party object. These two are irrelevant. And these are not relevant because it's not a mono behavior. It's not going to do any updating on its own. So we've got leader and members, so
let's set a leader. No, I don't think we need to set a leader. We can just set the leader by doing that. Alright, let's add a member. Game object. And then let's set a max size at 4. You know what? Let's set it to 8. Make things slightly easier for me. Or for us, or whatever. Easier to work with. Alright, so let's check to see if members dot the count, the amount of things in members is less than the max size minus 1, because we have the leader. That counts as 1 extra. So this will make it so there's 7 slots in the members. Else, let's make it a bool so we can check it in case something goes wrong. And it'll return false if it's full. Otherwise, it'll return true in there. Actually, probably just easier to do down here, just in case I need to add anything else somewhere in between. Alright, so members dot add the game object. Actually, first, if it contains it, let's add it. Or if it doesn't contain it, right now it says contains. So if it doesn't contain it, add it. I'll do the special brackets for this, just so I can do false. So right now, they can add members to a party. Let's go to the AI and just give it party somewhere in here. Now it's got a party. Alright, now it's just attached to all of the AI. Now let's calculate the center position of the party. So let's return a vector 3 centralize, or something like that. Alright, so alright, so what true leader is going to do is this is going to scale, like weight the system to center the party more around the leader than the other members. For example, if all of the other members are somewhere else and the leader's a different spot, it'll still keep it with the other members, but if the leader's a bit ahead of the other members, it'll try to focus the party around the leader instead of the group slightly behind them. Or if the leader's in one group, like one portion of the party, and the other group's in another, it'll try to push the other units back towards where the leader is. It's just a method for keeping them centralized around one point, so they don't walk around arbitrarily and then push the bounds too far and then I'll get pulled back randomly. It might not work very well. So let's centralize around the leader. If the true leader, else that. Alright. Now we need to average the X, the Y, and the Z. I probably could do it with like vectors too, but I think this might be a little bit easier. Let's see. And then the weights. No, wait. It will just be an int weight. And let's set this to 0, just to be on the safe side. So they're defined. So if it's true leader, let's make him 25% of the party. So x sum plus equals leader transform.position.x times max size over 4. Actually, this would be problematic if the party's smaller than 4. So I will fix that in just a moment. And, alright, so we want the leader always have at least 1 point. So, oops, I clicked on insert. So let's just add 1 to that. Simplest way to do that. So no matter what the party size is, they always have a weight of 1. Okay, else this is just going to be the position, not times anything special. So if it's not weighted towards the leader, they'll just act as a normal member. This is probably useful for arbitrary groups of enemies. Alright, then let's go through the members count. And then x sum, let's see, members of I.transform position.x. And then alright, so now this will sum up the positions of all the units. Now I need to divide it by the weight. So in this case, the weight is equal to 1 plus the max size over 4. Ooh, alright. I need to fix this. Not 1 plus that. That'll just add 1 to the position. Times 1 plus max size over 4. There we go. Something about that seemed off. And now it's just plus 1. In this case, alright. So now let's do x sum divided by weight, y sum divided by weight, and z sum divided by weight. This should be the centralized section of the party. This is where healers and support units are going to try to focus. They'll try to position themselves in the center, plus or minus a little bit. Let's see. Now let's create a home for them. Public game object home. Now, what this will do is I need to make sure the home is set to the centralized location. However, I also don't want it to be on every calculation. But for now, let's see. Maybe only the leader will do it. Okay, yeah. I'll probably do something like that. Alright, let's just centralize home. So now let's centralize let's just pass this argument through. now I just have to make sure that the home is not null at the given point. Alright, this is all fine and dandy, but this doesn't have any proper use as of right now. Alright, so now we have a party, a basic party. I need to have a clone function. Alright, at the very bottom, let's add a clone function. Public party clone. Alright, how do I make one of these? I don't actually remember. So, scriptable object dot create instance that. Okay, that's what it is. So, party equals scriptable object dot create instance party. Alright, now I have another party object. So now I'll return that party, but first need to set all the variables. Leader equals, no wait, party dot leader equals leader. Party dot members equals members. The max size and the home. Alright, this will come in handy later. For now, it's not going to mean anything. Alright, so now these two... Let's look under the AI, which should have the party. And then in both of these cases, there should be a party object somewhere. Nope. I forgot to mark it as public. I probably did, didn't I? No. Oh, there we go. Party. Alright, that didn't do anything. Not yet, at least. Alright, let's set these both to team 1. They are not hostile. Let's just make multiple of them. Assuming I start this now, will it break? Probably won't, but like, will it? I don't know what happens when you spawn two of them in the same place. Oh, there we go. Alright. So they do move around normally. Alright. That's useful. That one right there has no idea what's going on. Alright, so they just walk around arbitrarily. So now let's just set the size of members to 3. Drag and drop. Can I not do that? Oh. Alright, that didn't work. So I need to think of a way to get them to connect immediately. Let's see. How could I do that? Let's see. On spawn, we'll have to do something like... Yeah, they'll have to define a leader on spawn. I probably could just do that as it loads in. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do something like that. Oh wait, after it's loaded in, maybe. Alright, yeah, let's try it that way. Let's pause it, play it. Because they're two separate instances of sorts. So now that they exist, I should be able to drag and drop it into the party. Maybe. No. Oh, that's because it's an asset. Alright. Alright, so instead, when it starts party equals party dot clone. No, that'll make 4 separate instances of the same party. Alright, this has got slightly more complicated. Yeah, I gotta think this one through a little bit more. Let's see. We need a way to make the leader the main focus. I want the leader, but then all the members in it. I can't clone it for all of them. But there's no distinction as to which one's the leader, and I can't define it beforehand. Unless in the system I do something. Alright, let's give this a shot. Let's go into the system. Alright, let's create a list of party. Alright, so now there's a list of parties. So now if I go to the system, I should be able to add a list of parties when this loads. There we go. Let's just set it to 1. Resources, AI, party, system. There we go. Now there's that party. That didn't accomplish much as of right now, but I'll figure out how to do something for that in a moment. When it starts, for int I equals 0, I is less than parties, nope, parties, dot count, I plus plus, parties of I equals parties of I dot clone. Alright, now I should be able to draw reference to that object and not the asset. Oops, that happened here. Alright, I select those. I should be able to set the party to none. Let's just remove the party, pause it, load it up, then connect them to the system. A lot of these will be done in-game, and I won't have to fiddle with the assets beforehand, which should make it a little bit easier to deal with. Let's set 3 members. Can I now affect... There we go, alright. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now let's take the home of the slime thing, shrink it down to 10. No, that's too small. 20. Alright, and then let's add this to the party. So now I go down to their party, which doesn't exist. Alright, I gotta quickly do that. System... Yeah, actually, I don't know how to drag it from the system over to the them. Alright, so hit another roadblock. I need them to take over the party. Again, a lot of this will be done in the game and not generated by hand beforehand. I don't feel like trying to find another way to do this right now, so I'm just going to do it the annoying way. Slime 9, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Add component AI party equals parties of 0. And then just set 2, 3, and 4 to the same thing. Alright. This is just a workaround for now. I'll fix it up later, but it's just to get the proof of concept going, and yeah. So now if I check it here, they should have a party here, which they do. It links back to the system, and for some reason the members... Huh, weird, it carried over. That's bizarre. Alright, now that weird side effect. Now it's at the home to there. The home should be 20. Alright, so now they're going to be forced to stay inside the home. Then in the AI, let's just check if party dot is, let's set a function called isLeader. This, okay, let's just set it with the game object. Then send, let's see, party dot centralize home, and let's just set that to true. So now I need to set an isLeader function. Public, I need it, no, public, ooh, isLeader, game object, G. If leader equals G, return true, return false. Alright, so now that should just trigger if it's the leader and centralize the home. I hope this doesn't do too much. Alright, so now if I check the home, unpause this, now they should stay within this circle. And they kind of move around as a group now. Generally towards where the leader is going, but they can override the leader to some extent. Alright, so that kind of works. And this is a proof of concept. It doesn't seem to be very taxing, especially since this is being calculated actually more often than it needs to be. But only by one. Not all four of them did not need to calculate that. Alright, so now I need to create a failsafe in case the leader is null. Let's just update the party if leader is null, then leader equals members of 0, and then members dot remove leader. Oops, not equals equals, just equals. Alright, so now it will replace the current leader with the second in command if the leader gets removed. So let's just see what happens when I do that. Let's open up the party. Let's just set this to none. If I unpause that. Oh yeah, I never actually called the update command, so that doesn't really matter. Oh, it's not updating because of the leader not existing. Alright, that'll be a problem. Let's just reset the leader and then look at this and see where it snaps to. Alright. Alright, let's set another one of these just for the sake of doing it. Let's see. bool true leader, and then bool leader only. False. Alright. Oop, what was that? Oh, they were just colons that didn't mean anything. Alright, now that that position is centralized, what this will do, the leader only, if not leader only, it will do this. Alright, so now if I go check on this, and set the AI to also leader only, just to see what happens. Oops. I need to stop pressing Alt right now. Alright, when this finishes what it's doing, it should solely be on the leader. Yep. Now they can't leave the leader itself. Alright. Tiny squad here. Yeah, so let's try something. Let's add in no, let's do list of no wait. Dictionary of the game object member and another game object for targets. Alright, so now if I go look in the AI, I should have it just detect enemies, it'll set the target somewhere. No, it's detected. Update detected enemies. I gotta look through here and find where the target is triggered. Yeah, I don't actually know where target gets, what causes a target to be set? Okay, what this does I'll have to look into this one. For some reason this seems off. Check for no known enemies, but it'll set a target. I gotta check that one. Okay, so it checks for known enemies and sets the target. Yeah, I know. I should, in theory, know what this does. But sometimes I have to check. I wrote this code, like, months ago. Alright. Or maybe not months, but, like, at least a month or two. I guess 2 months would be months. Alright, so there's the target. And it does targety things. What does that mean? Oh, okay. For enemy in range, it'll set the target if party is not equal to null, then party dot targets dot add game ob. Actually, first, if party dot targets dot contains key game objects, else. No, actually, I think I can just remove it directly. Party dot targets dot remove game object, and then party dot targets add game object target. These can go because they do the same thing. That can go. If party is not equal to null, this also sets a target, and so does this. I'll look into it later. Alright, so now that'll drop a target inside the party's target list. So inside detected, update detected enemies. If detected dot contains, actually first I gotta make sure it's in a party. If party is not equal to null, if detected, now let's loop through them first. For each game object key in party dot targets dot key, loop through the keys, game object value is equal to the party dot targets of key. Now these are the targets. If detected dot contains val, if it doesn't contain it actually, let's add it. Detected dot add val. So now it will be considered detected. I don't actually remember what theoretical is as compared to detected. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and if it does something different, we'll find out. So now in theory, they all should be detected. Let's see. Although I guess I'll add them to theoretical too, just to see what happens. No, I don't need to loop through it a second time. If theoretical dot contains val, theoretical dot add val. Oh, it's got to be a position. Okay, wondering why I was not wanting to cooperate with me. So it'll just add the position of the value. Alright, so now if a target gets detected, they all will go towards it. I also want it to base off of the whole party, not the leader again. Alright, so now let's set it back to the update. Let's set that back to false. Let's just cut it entirely, actually. I believe I can just cut the entire thing. It should work as intended. Alright, so yeah, like the boss only thing would, or the leader only would be good for like bosses, so it's like summons don't go too far and they don't drag the boss around. But in most cases it should focus on the leader a little bit, but at least have the other party members control it to some extent. So now if I copy the first one, create another copy, move this one over here, set another slime home, to just, I'm just going to say, like, 0, 0, -20, set this to 100. 100? Yeah, okay, this is where the other one should be, so that this slime is granted free roam. And this should allow them to all target the slime at once. When one of them finds it, they'll all, like, chase it down. Alright. But for now, I need to make sure this one is not in the party and is on a different team. Let's set its team to 2. Let's just set its HP to 100 to make it easier to deal with. I don't know. So they have to take up, or not harder to deal with. I mean, not easier. What am I talking about? So it's harder for them to deal with. Let's see. I believe, yeah, these are irrelevant. Alright, different team. And then party needs to be none. Alright, so now let's unpause this and see what happens. Oh god. Oops. I gotta probably check to see if the party is not equal to null first. That's important. Good thing I catch that now. Try that. I don't need these. That's an old thing. Undo. Alright. So when one of them sees this, I'm gonna go into full screen. Yep, one of them saw it, they all went towards. Why are they attacking each other? This was working. Why do they have their teammates and the targets? They're attacking each other more than the other one. Alright, this is bizarre. Oh god. Alright. And this is why I test things. If theoretical dot contains that. Well, the important thing to check first is val not equal to null. And then that will check on that case. And that won't be a problem. Alright, so, oops, the issue was that they targeted each other. So I need to make sure their targets are removed if they're in the party. Alright, so it'll check the distance and then verify it. Alright, so the issue that we have is that the parties keep getting added and clustered together. So I need to go through and remove. Alright. So I just need to loop through detected and theoretical again. Oh wait, I probably could just expand this to here. Expand this to here. Alright, let's expand this to there too. Expand this to there. So the distance, it'll add, if the distance is too great, it'll remove it. If party dot leader equals potential, or party members dot contains potential, then rem target dot add potential. Let's do else if on that one. Let's do an else if here and do the same thing. Alright, so now if they're in the same party, they get removed. Alright. RD.members. Yeah, okay. So this isn't gonna work. The theoretical one will not update. So if I stop this, do they continue attacking each other, or is this just a bug? They aren't hostile, are they? Because if they are, that would explain a lot. Is this a result of attack? Is this a result of this? Alright. For known enemy. Alright, so issue is the angle fits, but then, alright, so if potential dot get component, is it team? No, it's alignment, because I couldn't use team for some reason. Alignment dot team non equal to get component alignment dot team, then it can do all of this. Oops. I don't want to keep doing that. I want to do that. I want to move that outside there, and then if the team varies, or if the team not varies, what's it called? Yeah, actually that is true. The team is different. Alright, check for enemies. Known enemy, for enemy in range. Alright, this needs to be changed too. To go over, all this needs to be pulled back. That needs to go there, that needs to go there. Go back, and I need to paste out that clip there, and then cut it shut. Alright. So now if I try this again, they should ignore each other. Apparently not. Huh, so they ignore each other until one of them gets marked as a target. Which is weird. It's setting the value, not the key, right? Oops. That does have to go in there. I don't know what I was talking about. That'll cause significant problems. I don't know what I was doing. It's not updating the target, it's storing the new target. My alt key's getting sticky for some reason. Some stupid reason. Alright, so now let's stop this here, and let's just make an extra copy of the slime. Slime 5 will go all the way over here. And I'm just going to make it a little bit easier on the system. Alright, so now if I just copy this over, that, 3 and 4, this should update on its own. This should be separate, this should be team 2. And let's see what happens when I set this going. I did a lot of edits in the game last time, which causes things to break from time to time. Figures that they all move away from each other the moment that goes. Alright, this isn't working, unfortunately. I hope one of them notices it. Oh, wait. There was an unassigned reference exception that I didn't notice this whole time. It's important. Slime home small. What's under this? Oops, I changed a couple of pixels. Oh. These don't need to exist. Slime home small is 20. So now system parties of 0. Dot home. Oh, home. Alright, in theory, that should work. This should not throw an error this time. So now if I pull this back up, and, you know, pay attention for errors this time, let's see what this does. Their homes have not been updated. That's important. That is important. It will eventually do this on its... Oh, God. It goes like this. There we go. Alright. Now let's try that again. Alright, now they look more confined. That one's gone all the way over there. Yep, they all found each other. Apparently, move toward possible enemy is not a valid action for AI. Did I not make one? Move toward... Oh. Alright. Apparently that's just... Oops, actually, wait, AI. Move toward... But... Possible enemy? Oh. Weird. Alright, so I don't want to add it. And I do not want to add it to the other system. Alright, so it'll do... loop through, and it won't add it to theoretical, but only detected. Alright, so now let's try this again and hope this works. They moved away from each other. Can I, like, select the main object? No? Alright, I'm gonna reload this. Come on, go right. Go right. The heck? Go right. Better. No. Go back. Go back. I'd set them closer, but I want to, like, make sure they're all catching on correctly. Alright, fine. Try again. One of these days, they'll notice. Oh, this is close. That one's a close one. But I think the... Oh, wait. Yep. Okay, now they don't attack each other and they idle around normally afterward. Alright, cool. I've just created AI that swarm an enemy to death. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool. It's a good thing I haven't made piranhas. Because those would suck. No, wait, no. No, they would bite. Hard. So I think that does it for this week. And I'll See you again next week with piranhas. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the weird type of log where I'm editing it while doing the log. Truth be told, I could have just edited it and done this afterward, but I wanted to do something different. So here's an hour-long video of me editing the code and fiddling with the game. This just gives you a general idea of what I do and why it takes me so long to get stuff done. It was an hour just to create a party system. Then again, an hour for that is kind of short. I don't know. I guess it depends. Anyway, yeah, as I said, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again next week. Apologies for the delay in this upload.